Hey, what's up? It's Deanna. So this is a dilemma that always happens to me. And if you collect antiques or vintage things, it probably happens to you too. And I hate this with a passion. So basically what happens is when you get an antique Victorian box or trunk or any kind of thing with an Etruscan like lock or like padlock or what have you, 9 times out of 10, they don't come with the keys. The keys went missing over the years. And so, I mean, you can buy keys. You can go on the internet. You can go look on eBay or Etsy. You can go in an antique shop and you can find like thousands of keys. The problem is if say you're in an antique shop and you didn't bring the item with you, you won't know if the keys are going to fit into this little lock. And the problem is if you buy on eBay, you're taking a risk. So what I do is that I make my own keys. Now I'm not a locksmith, I'm not an expert, and but it bothers me by not having the key sticking out of the box. I always think that looks nice with these antique boxes. This is a French box. It's from about the 1890s. It's made by Baccarat, and it bothers me. I have like OCD about keys. If the item doesn't have the key, it's like to me, it's sort of tainted. It's not it doesn't make me feel good. Like I have to have a key. It's an obsession. So what I do is I go on there's this website. I forgot the name of it. It's a guy that restores antique trunks in Pennsylvania, and he sells these blanks. They're skeleton key blanks. He also sells different types of keys. He sells like the ones that don't have this like little hole in the center. I think these ones are called barrel keys. But he sells like the solid ones as well. He sells all sorts of keys. He even sells antique ones. But you take a risk. He even tells you, if you buy them, I can't guarantee that it's going to fit. So what I do is I take a Dremel actually. And the Dremel is like one of the greatest tools that they invented. So what I generally do is, for example, I'll take my little blank keys that I purchase. And these aren't antique at all. These are reproductions. And I try to fit them. It's like playing a little game. And you see, it's like trying to get in there. It wants to get in there. But the problem is this, I don't know what you call this. I think you call this piece a flag. So what I do is I take the Dremel and I sand it down. And then if it still doesn't fit, say like the barrel width is too wide, I sand that down too and make it more narrow. If the hole on the barrel key is too big, I take a drill and I drill it out in the center and I make the hole bigger, and I play around until I get the key to fit. Now, a lot of times the key won't work, and you need a more specialized key, one that like actually fits whatever pattern is in there. But a lot of these little locks are all made the same, and if you basically have a key that fits in there, it'll work. But a lot of times I don't really expect these keys to work when I Dremel them and play around with them. I just like the way it looks. When it sticks out of the box, I think it looks good. So let me get the Dremel and let's see if we can get this key to fit in this lock. Stay tuned. So here's my Dremel, and I got this for really cheap on Amazon. Now it's not Dremel brand. It's like Dremel generic. And I think I got it for like 12 bucks or 15 bucks. And it came with like a whole bunch of different pieces that you can fit into this little chuck here. And this is my sanding bit. And I mean, it's like sort of cheap since it's not Dremel brand. A lot of times this little sanding bit flies off of it while I'm dremeling. So let me see if I can get this key to actually fit into this box. So stay tuned. All right, so I got the Dremel plugged in. And now wish me luck, because if you screw this up, that's the end of it. But I got a couple more, so these are cheap. These are like a couple of bucks a piece. Now, when you do this, you don't want to like do it too much. You just want to do a little bit at a time. Oh my God. Do you hear that, guys? That is my dog. He's howling in his sleep. Oh my goodness. All right. And you see how the sandpaper falls off of it? This is what I hate about this Dremel. Ugh. This thing is a pain in the ass. Yeah, I said it. Yep, it's a pain in the ass. All right. All right, so I do a little at a time. So let's see if this key fits now. If it doesn't, I'll just continue to do it. We're almost there, but the flag is still a little too big. Okay, that's why we have our Dremel. Don't mind me, I have a makeshift tripod. I stick it on like a wood box, and if the phone falls off while I'm doing this, I'm sorry. All right, let's try this again. And there goes that. I'm telling you guys, don't get like the cheap stuff, get the good stuff. Instead, I get the, I go cheap sometimes. Oh, I almost just took my finger off. All right, let's give this a shot. Sometimes if you go cheap, it's worth to just spend a few more dollars. I'm trying to get my tripod to show you what I'm doing. There we go. All right, so I don't want to go too much. I just want to do a little at a time. Let's give it a try and see if it works now. And of course, I have it upside down. We're almost there. We're almost there. Uh-oh. Oh, I want to scream an expletive right now, but yeah. Okay, let's try one more slight little bit of sanding and see what happens. All right, I got to pull the stupid thing back up. There we go. And let me give it another try. Sorry for this low budget production over here. It's hard to do this film with one hand. Oh, wait, guys, we got it in. Oh, no. See? I knew I'd screw something up. Oh, for you know what. For shit's sakes. I said it. Wah, 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 wah. It figures. Yeah. Okay. Not good. All right, well, guess what? We got one more key left to screw up. All right, stay tuned. Let's see what happens. Actually, I can't shut my camera off because I had my gloves on. All right, let's try again. Take two. Let's try this key next. We'll see what happens. I did it. The key fits. Well, the second key. Oh my goodness, but guess what? I'm not happy with it. And you know why? Because I have OCD. And, well, this is brass colored, but this is silver colored. And to me, that's a no-no. So now watch what I do. Stay tuned. This stuff is the greatest stuff. I am not kidding you. If you want to antique some metal, it comes in all different colors. So I got antique gold. And when you rub this stuff on, it actually gets shiny and it looks like metal. And my tripod's not working. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, my God. All right. So I'm going to actually, you're supposed to use a rag, but I'm going to dip my paintbrush into this stuff and paint it that way. And then what you do is you get a rag and you wipe it and it actually buffs to a shine. See, now it's turning brass. Actually, oops, there goes my makeshift tripod. Oh my God. This is, I told you it was low budget, guys. So if you look at the top part of the key, it's silver. And then this is brass. So I'm going to finish the key and actually show you what it looks like at the end. Stay tuned. So all is well in the world. So now the key is like a brass colored, and it actually matches the hardware. And I'm actually really happy with this and satisfied. So that rub and buff stuff is like awesome. Look at that. See how it matches now? Well, it matches way better. And yeah, sorry for the low budget production, like I said earlier, and all the bloopers. But yeah, I'm chaotic. Everything I do is filled with chaos. I can never, ever just do anything without being clumsy. But I am going to tell you one thing. The key does not actually work. I call this sort of like a faux key. F-A-U-X, meaning fake. So it's a fake key, giving it the impression that it still has its original key. But it just bothers me not having a key in these old boxes. It looks sort of like it's missing something. So yeah, so if you do this, I'm going to tell you right now, chances are the key will not work. But then again, you never know. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe.